All right, guys. Hello, hello. Hey, hey. Let's get into this, shall we? This is going to be a collective message, and I tend to start these out with an anecdote, something real that happened. I had gone to a store, and Aries knows that oftentimes if I go into a store, when I come out, I've purchased something for him, whether it's a snacky or a toy. And so I got him a toy, and he knows to like snoofle into the bag and look for something. And so I bought him this little cheap dog toy, a little squirrel. And he immediately starts playing with it in the back of the car. And when it was time to get home and lug the groceries into the house, uh, because it wasn't in the bag anymore because it was in the back of the car, I just forgot about it. We get into the house, and for like the next half an hour, he keeps going over to the empty bag that I've now unpacked and snoofling in it, asking me, where the hell is his toy? Why didn't I bring it up? Why is it not in the house? And it was just so funny to me because it was like, he remembers everything and he remembers where it's supposed to be, but he doesn't remember the one critical piece that he's the one who took it out and left it in the back of the car. It was mommy's job. So I got to train him to put his toy back in the bag if he wants me to bring it into the house later. But it was just funny to see how, oh, he was so irritated with me. Anyway, we start out with the King of Wands. I don't know if this is going to be a storyline where somebody, actually has either a thought process about something that they want, something that they left behind and they want. Um, this is usually somebody who's very clear on what it is that they're hungry for, and they don't usually like waste time or, miss out on opportunities. A King of Wands goes after what it is he wants. Now, he might just be realizing what it is he wants. We do have the Three of Wands, which is him, really looking into the future. Sorry, guys, my hair is falling over like a shipwreck today. Oh well. Um, but we see the energy here of, look at the sun. Now he's really clear on stuff. This isn't somebody frustrated. This is somebody determined. He could be a Leo. He could be a Leo, Sag, or Aries, but we have straight up fire all day long. That is passion, action, desire, direction. He knows what he's doing and he knows why. This is not somebody who's going to like take no for an answer. This is not somebody who's going to just blow off some idea that he has to go after something that he wants. We've got a Seven of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles upright. We have the Lovers in the reverse. It's been a really long time, but he either, like both of these cards speak of slow moving energy, growth, direction. Here he's moving pretty fast, and he's a man with a plan in the next 3 days to 3 months. Here we see that this has taken a long time to like foment and come to this place of like, okay, I'm really going to do this now. And to have this Lovers in the reverse makes me think this could, depending on what the next card is that comes out, we'll get a better view of this. But it's either he's realized he clearly does not want some lover that he's been with, and he may be changing course. We have Temperance. I think he got over somebody. He got over possibly a Gemini, or maybe he got over the lack of clarity on which person he wanted. He may now know, okay, he's definitely leaving one relationship. He's over somebody that maybe he thought he needed to be with for a really long time, and he knows he doesn't now, and he's over that person. He's very much at peace with this decision as well. And in fact, it's maybe like he healed while he was still with the wrong person. So by the time he exits, he doesn't actually have more healing to do. Now it's just all calm, all smooth sailing. He's out of love with somebody. And again, looking to his future with the Three of Wands. But why do we have a Seven of Swords? And we have a King of Swords. Whoa. He's out of love with somebody. He's super peaceful. He knows where he's going, except he's either holding this to himself, he's lying about it, he's not telling the person that he's leaving behind. This is definitely, we have a King of Wands, King of Swords, somebody who's intentionally lying with their words. They're not telling, I'm going to say, the previous partner that they are walking away from. They're not saying where they're going. They're also not displaying like, I'm totally over this. Now, maybe they're doing this to be, well, let me just ask, why are you lying about your clarity? Strength card. Wheel of Fortune. I don't know. I think this is hold on. Wait, there's one other thing I have to check on. The person that you're leaving behind, tell me who they are or tell me a little about them. 8 of Pentacles. They still wanted our character to work on things with them. Knight of Wands in the reverse. I think that they were under the impression there's still something that's going to work out. 4 of Cups. Okay, one of two things here. The reason he's like, whoever he's moving away from, and he feels really good about doing that, and the fact that he's excited about his future, and we'll get to wherever he's headed because he knows where he's headed. We'll find out in just a minute, but he's headed in a new direction. As he goes in that new direction, he's not admitting or he's intentionally holding back what his clear thoughts are. And the reason he's holding all that back is because the person that he is leaving behind either still is under the impression like, oh, he'll be back. You know, he's never going to get over me. It'll be one of those things where, you know, he's going to have a regret and he'll yo-yo back to me. And I think he is just saying, let her have that opinion or him have that opinion. Like that's, I'm not going to take that away. They can decide whatever they want. They're very invested in that opinion. I don't need to, you know, say, oh, contraire, I'm over this. He's just, it's more like him not saying anything about how content he is to leave this behind actually is him being strong, him not saying this. Like he's made his statement that this is over, he's leaving, but it's almost as if this other individual that he's walking away from is under the impression, oh, he'll be back. He'll miss me. He'll have a regret. I already know he'll come back. So maybe they've done this a couple times, but it's like, oh, you know, he'll want to still work on things. I want to still work on things. You know, he's not really going anywhere. He's just going to miss me too damn much. And I think he is not contradicting that. He's not saying word one. He's not saying how happy he is to be sailing forward into his future. You know, we have 2 cards of him just looking at his future. And with that Wheel of Fortune here, we know that this is legit. Like he's really, this is it. He's really moving forward. Okay, so let's just ask, where is he actually headed? Let's go this one. Where are you truly headed? I only read this deck in the upright because there's already 2 meanings on each card, and that's just the way I choose to read this. It doesn't have to be, it's just the way I do it. We have the Star moving to the Moon. We have the 4 of Wands going to the 5 of Wands. You know, again, he's very clear on where he's going, but he's still keeping it real close to his chest. He is, he's running off and joining the circus. He's going after his wish fulfillment, but even that is like he's going into the great unknown. He's going for something he wants to fight for. He's going after a goal, but he himself, he knows what he's doing. He knows where he's headed, but he doesn't know how it'll work out. He's just motivated to like kind of fight for it and face whatever unknown obstacles there are. What does this mean? Is he going out for an adventure? And he's like, I don't know what's next. I just know I'm in. I'm down for it. I'm down for whatever. We got the Knight of Coins going to the Queen of Coins. We have the Magician going to the High Priestess. Okay, we have a magical power couple. And we have the 5 of Wands to the 6 of Wands. And I know 6 of Wands doesn't have anything to do with soulmates, but in this deck it does. Where he's going is to try to win back using any method possible, using, you know, his charisma, using begging, arguing, fighting for, trying to prove himself, trying to have her back. He is going toward a Queen of Pentacles. Someone who has been a long time. It's been a long time, him coming toward her. But this is his magical power couple. This is his connection of that he feels is really sacred. And it's a connection that he feels he had to like prove himself in order to even get to this point. You know, he had to do something in his life, change these things in his life in order to be crowned an equal, you know, soulmate to her. So I'm thinking that this is, please remember, I don't read for genders. This could be same sex, reverse gender roles, doesn't matter. But we definitely do have a magical power couple in his own mind. He believes that this is a magical power couple. Look, nothing, I'm hearing that song, nobody gonna break my stride. I'm running and I won't slow down. Whoa, no, I got to keep on moving. Sorry, guys. This feels so much like he's ready and even excited for the showdown. And he thinks that there's going to be a bit of a showdown. There's going to be an argument. He's going to have to be, whatever, agile and fleet of foot. He's going to have to, be ready to dip and flip and tuck and roll and deal with whatever this is that he's got to do to fight to get her back, or to fight to prove that he deserves a spot in her life. I'm just saying her because it's a Queen of Pentacles. Let me ask, in regards to this connection that he was in the past, was he in love with that other person, but also simultaneously in love with a Queen of Pentacles, or what was the deal? Let me break that down and make it a clearer question. We need to simplify. How did you feel about the person that you are now walking away from? Six of Wands. Well, he might have felt like being with her made him proud. Seven of Coins, or being with him made her feel really good. It was a long-term connection, and maybe that's what was successful. It's see how long we've been together. But being together for a long time doesn't mean it's great, that doesn't mean there was arguments all the time. There were lots of things that needed to change. So when I say, how did he feel about that person that he was with? It was well, it was successful for us to have been together so long, but a million things we'd outgrown, a million things shouldn't have been happening that were still happening. That we had, really grown apart. There was all sorts of change. Also, keep in mind, this is a Five of Wands card, which we would never normally see a serpent on a Five of Wands, but they put one here. And that tells us, again, this is Year of the Snake that we're morphing into in just a couple days here, 2 days. And so I'm thinking that because it's Year of the Snake and it's a time to shed old skin, to let go of old behaviors, to let go of old things, this is a very timely message. He's exiting this connection because it's the clock has hit 12. Something that really should have been over a long, long, long time ago is just now ending. Okay, let me change decks again, and let me ask, what are his emotions, or how does he feel about that Queen of Pentacles? Two of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. So when it comes to her, he was trying to juggle somebody who expected truth. His emotions were, I know she's amazing. She deserves truth, and she deserves, respectability, and she deserves, boundaries to be met. And I don't know how I can meet those boundaries. There was some kind of a juggling act going on with how he felt about her, which he respected her, but I don't understand what the juggling is. Six of Pentacles. She's a person that he felt he wanted to give to, but how the hell is he supposed to do that when he's still embroiled in this supposed successful long-term connection that's nothing but a bed of snakes and a bunch of things that needs to change? So he basically was still in a connection, and he fell for the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, let me ask now, why do you think that you're going to be successful moving toward the Queen of Pentacles? The High Priestess, again, he's saying, I know that this is right. I know I'm supposed to be with her. I know. Keep in mind, magical power couple vibe, that magician going to the High Priestess. He's saying, I know she's the one for me. Well, that's convenient back when you were with the wrong person, and apparently stayed with the wrong person for a period of time. I don't know. It just feels like now he's oh so sure that I know she's the one for me. It doesn't mean that he ever didn't know that she was the one for him, but I don't know how long it's taken him to exit this connection of the past. Let me turn to the universe and say, universe, do you want to weigh in on this whole, whoops, sorry, I just knocked a deck over, well, part of it over. What happens, or what's the perspective on this? Okay, we have an Empress. And because the Empress is part of a tree, we can already see that there's been a lot of necessity for growth. maturity. Trees take time to put down roots, right? And it just kind of is coming across like perhaps we got the Two of Pentacles. The universe is saying there was never a time when it was like, oh, I don't know if she's what I want. It was that I don't know if I'm grown up enough to be with an empress. I don't know if I'm there. There had to be maturity that grew beyond the how can I give her what she deserves? What do you mean? How can you do it? You know exactly how to do it. You give wholly to her, right? In the past, the way they felt about her is, oh my God, she deserves truth. She deserves this. I don't know how to give it to her. I call BS on that. You always know you want to give to somebody, then you make sure that they're the only person you're giving to. Close out the other obstacles. You make sure you're not giving to somebody else and you fully commit to them. There's not a mystery that wasn't like, I don't know how to do this. Yeah, you do. The difference is you're not ready to do it. And that's basically what the universe is saying about this. He knew all day long solid, stable, meaningful connections are really important. But he was like, but I'm in what's a solid, supposedly stable connection, but that's not the person that's my empress. So what do I do? The question mark was solid and stable versus the person that I know I'm really supposed to be with that is my empress. I have an empress in name or I have an empress of my heart. What do I do when I'm faced with, seemingly two scenarios? And then he went into confusion, confliction, Five of Wands. I mean, how many times are we going to get the Five of Wands in this story, right? So confusion, confliction, don't know what to do. And the Lovers. I know the person that I want to choose. I know the person that I want to go back to. But again, he couldn't do this until he officially breaks things off with a previous person. Universe, can you just give one message just to the one that he couldn't seem to just, choose, that he had to like be in conflict over, the Queen of Pentacles? What's a message just for her? Something blunt, something straightforward. Five of Coins. Four of Coins. All this is about recognize that he didn't offer anything, recognize that he held back out of choice. When he could have given, he didn't. Recognize that he kept you at a distance energetically with the Five of Swords. Recognize if he were, it's not saying that he was, it's saying if this is who and what he was, somebody who then became hostile and even rude to her to keep her at a distance because he was, so confused. Don't rewrite history. Call it like it is. See his actions for what they were. Keeping his secrets, because I'm guessing in the storyline now he kept a secret. He didn't want to tell her that there is somebody else, that I'm not free to choose you. And he may have kept her at bay in a rude way and left her out there in the cold on her own as a hermit, not knowing what the hell just happened. Pay attention to the way she was treated. What does that mean, universe? Knight of Swords. When this person comes rushing in now that it suits them to do so, offering this Four of Wands, be mindful of what did they offer you before? Who were they before? Because that's a part of the real them too. King of Wands. It can also be compare and contrast. How different are they now? This could be a positive or a negative. This could be like, remember who the person was. Remember if they treated you bad. Don't just rewrite history and pretend that didn't happen. Hold them accountable for what they did, but also see the difference in them now. That could be the message here. One more. Ten of Swords. Or I don't know, only our character, our Queen of Pentacles can make the decision, but if they want this person or not, it just says don't rewrite history, pretend what happened didn't happen. Own it, acknowledge it, see it for what it was, and then decide, do I really see the change in them? They're here to offer me the Four of Wands are coming in as this King of Wands. Is this different now? Do I want them, or is it over? Because now I see all this that you could have offered me, but instead I got ice cold. I got left out in the cold. I got lied to. I got hidden from. I got all that. But now this is what you could have been giving me. I don't know. This could go either way. I don't know what to say about this one. I always hope for second chances if it's warranted, but I don't know that it's warranted here. I don't know what to say. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up.